Guitar nerds and nerdettes, what's up? It's Pete Thorn. I'm back in black, back in my studio making some videos again, and it's good to be here, good to be with you. Hey, first up is the Cyclone from Crazy Tube Circuits. You heard it on all the guitar parts on that track at the beginning of the video, of course. This is a phaser, all analog phaser pedal that aims to capture some classic phase sounds and also put a new few twists in all its own on those vintage classics. So what are they doing here? Well, they got a 4-position switch on this pedal. 45, but you know what that emulates. 90, but you know what that emulates. ST, that stands for Stone, I do believe. And LT, that is supposed to emulate that setting, the old Doppelganger pedal that came out in the 90s. More of a modern sort of boutique classic. I guess by modern, I mean like 25 years ago. But relatively modern when we're comparing it to something like a 45 or a 90. So it's a 4-position click switch, and you can get all these different phase sounds out of it. Basically 2-stage phasing, 4-stage phasing, a couple different 4-stage phasers really, and then the Doppelganger type setting. Now, when you think about something like a vintage Phase 45 or 90, you had one control for speed. That was it. Obviously, you've got more controls here. There's speed, depth, mix, and feedback. So on something like a Phase 90, it was a fixed depth, and all you could control was the speed and a fixed amount of feedback, which was quite low. Obviously, you can tweak up the feedback on this and bring the mix down, get some different sounds than you would ever be able to get out of a vintage 45 or 90 or even small Stone. So that's pretty cool. Now, how close does it come to those vintage pedals? I did compare it to a 90, and with everything I just said, I would say this pedal sounds a little bit different than the Phase 90 that I compared it to. It had a sort of a deeper, darker sort of swoosh to the Phase, my 90. Whereas this pedal had sort of a brighter quality to it. Doesn't mean one's better or worse, it just did sound a little bit different. The 2-stage setting, the 45 setting, to me sounded pretty close to what I remember an old 45 sounding like, but I don't have one here for comparison actually. And I did compare the small Stone setting actually to a vintage small Stone that I have here, and I thought that was pretty darn close actually. Doppelganger, I don't have one of those here, but it's a great sound nonetheless. So yeah, once again, you've got feedback control, mix control, depth, and speed controls. On the side here, you got an expression pedal input. That's pretty cool. You can control the speed of the pedal using an expression pedal if you like. And there's also a tap tempo here as well as an on-off switch. You're going to be able to tap in the tempo. That's pretty cool. So what I want to do now is actually play some of the soloed parts from that song in the beginning of the video outside of the mix, because I used all the different phaser settings in that song at one time or another, on clean guitars, on the solo guitars. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to play a simple guitar part into my TC Ditto looper, loop that through the pedal, and that'll free up my hands to turn the knobs and stuff, and then you'll really clearly be able to hear all the different sounds this pedal is capable of making. All right, let's get on with it. Some sound examples of the Cyclone phaser from Crazy Tube Circuits. Guitar nerds, thanks for watching my video on the Cyclone from Crazy Tube Circuits. 2-stage phasing, 4-stage phasing, all analog, captures the tone and vibe of some great vintage classics and throws in a few twists of its own. It's a terrific phaser. It's a one-stop shop for all your phaser needs. Check it out further down at the link you see below in the video description, and all the other great pedals from Crazy Tube Circuits are worth checking out as well. They're a great company. Please hit subscribe if you haven't, hit the thumbs up if you don't mind, if you dug the video, and come back and see me for more videos real soon. I'm Pete Thorn. Take care.